Happy Tuesday, guys, or as I call it here at CordBuddy, Tune-Up Tuesday. I just made that up. So it is Tuesday, though. Didn't make that up. Went to see Disclosure Day yesterday. Me and Goodson, who is my son, and most of the time he is. If you get that, give me a thumbs up. By the way, follow me if you're watching this for the first time. And I'm Travis from CordBuddy, by the way, as you probably can see from it saying it right up there in the corner. But went to see Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's new movie. And good. I mean, if you're a Steven Spielberg fan, then you'll love it, because I tell you what, that rascal can do a movie. I mean, and it don't look cheesy. There's effects that you can just overdo and just looks cheesy, but he's classy with it. Two other people there at the movies watching Disclosure Day. Anyway, let's talk a little bit this morning. I want to talk to you about our tuner. I haven't explained that yet to you, but that is another product in our CordBuddy product line, and I'll tell you how I come up with this tuner. So, what this tuner does, well, I'll explain it first. We sell to school systems a lot, and would love to sell even more. But I was getting calls from the teacher, and she says, "Hey, can I get some E strings?" And I said, "Oh yeah, you can get some E strings." And I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, we're breaking them a lot." No, I'm sorry, it was a G string. It was a G string. And I said, "Gosh," how are you breaking the G string? Because the G string is the third string from the bottom, and it's a lot harder to break than the E string. That's why I asked the question. And she said, "Well, I'm teaching tuning." And then it hit me of what happened. And I've done it. Everybody does it as beginners. You get sharp of the note. You don't realize you're sharp of the note. And you just keep turning. And before you get to the next octave, the string pops. So it hit me. I said, why don't I invent a tuner that knows when you're sharp of the note and will tell you to stop before you pop your string? And so I did that. And this actually won Best New Accessory from the NAMM show. And it was several years ago. I think it was in 15. So to turn it on, press and hold it. To turn it off, same button, goes off. All right, so let me explain it. I'm going to be tuning the bottom string, the E string, which is in tune right now, hence the green, but I'm going to untune it. All right, so you probably heard the pitch go down, and if you'll notice, the screen is orange, and the needle is left of center, which means it's flat. So if it's flat, just like a tire that's flat, we need to add our air, need to add air to a flat tire. You add tension to a string that's flat, and watch that the needle start going up. Okay, do you see it go up? Now it's green. Green is in tune. Green is for go. Well, if you make that mistake, like a lot of beginners do, and get sharp of the note because you just blew past it or wasn't watching, boom, look at there. My screen turns red and says stop. Stop, and I tell kids in school, when you see red, stop before you pop, back up to green, and go. So that is our tuner. Guys, our tuner is $24.95 on our website. CordBuddy.com is our WooCommerce site, or thechordbuddy.com is our Shopify site. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Let It Be. We're going to be doing Let It Be by the Beatles. Let you get a shot of that. And why I wanted to do this one this morning is it uses all four chords. Now, every song in the songbook and every song you're going to ever play will not use all four chords. In fact, some songs just use two chords. There are a few songs that just use one chord. But why I like this song is that it lets you use all four fingers. So when you're playing the blue button, try to use your pinky. All right, when you're playing the red, which is the D, try to use your ring finger. Green, middle finger. and yellow index finger, okay? So we'll just go through a little bit of Let It Be, and I'm just going to hit one time on each chord. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, singing words of wisdom, let it be. Okay, let's do that again. Blue, when I find myself in time, red, yellow, Mother Mary green with me, singing words of wisdom, let it be. So every chord gets 2 strums, okay? Red, yellow, green. Back to blue. Red, green. So, guys, this chord progression, that time, hey, the same chord progression is in Wagon Wheel. Head down south to the land of the pines. Same chord. Way to North Carolina. Exact same chords, guys. And the exact same order. But the melody's different and the timing is different. That's why people say, gosh, how can you make trillions of songs or billions of songs out of just 4 chords? Because the melody is different and the timing is different. There's another one. What is that Frozen song? Let it go, let it go. Again, same exact pattern. I went from 1 to 5 to 2, to 6 to 4. That's the natural number system that I'll explain one day. But that went from the G to the D to the E minor, which is yellow, back to the green, which is the C chord. All 3 of those songs did the exact same pattern in the exact same order. So anyway, that's what I wanted to go over today, is that many songs use the same chords, but the melody is different, the timing is different. So that's how you're able to make billions of songs from just a few chords. So anyway, y'all have a great Tuesday. Please, in your comments, tell me what you want me to teach every morning, and I'm happy to try to do it. Have a great Tuesday.